Hello everyone, happy Wednesday. So I hope your day has been wonderful and you've had a really good day, and now it's time for you to kick back, relax, and watch my Shimelle sketch for the week. So this is this week's sketch. Couple of laundry list things. First of all, I have two designers working on this sketch with me, Christina Sorge and Christy's Beautiful Life. I'll link their channels below. Their videos will probably go up before mine because I always post mine at 7 o'clock at night, but I know they do more morning times for their videos. So their videos are probably already up. This features 3 photos, lots of white space, big title, and really, really cute. I'm not going to do this line. I'm going to use this as my area to stamp. Whoop, whoop. And I do have 3 photos. So let's get into the products that I have pulled and the things I'm going to create with this sketch. So I have this stamp from Crafty Jen Scow. This is the lovely Peony stamp. I've used it before. I love it. So I'm going to go ahead and use it again. I thought that some of these phrases like "so sweet" and "you are lovely" will work perfectly with my photo. And yeah, so this is the stamp set we're going to use for this layout. I have 3 photos. These are photos of my brother and his family. I'm sure you kind of recognize them because I scrapbook my gorgeous niece Jada quite often. So we're going to use those 3 photos together. I have also pulled some Kiwi Lane templates because I thought it would be really fun to, instead of having this long thing of just rectangle pattern papers, I thought it would be super cute to go ahead and cut these templates and then do something like this with them maybe. Or yeah, something like this. Or we could even do it like this, just to cut a lot of these scallop pieces out of some of the pattern paper and use these scallopy pieces as those strips. And then the products I'm going to use, I pulled my Cocoa Vanilla Midnight stash from my stash. There's a lot in here. There's a ton in here. So before I even start working, I'm going to go through this and kind of pull out some scraps. If there's scraps in here I can use for the templates and kind of decide what I'm going to use. I know there's a whole package of words in here, and I might even have 2 of those packages of words. So I'm going to use some of those words to create my title with. And yeah, there's a lot of stuff in here, so I have a lot to kind of play. But I'm going to kind of go through here, sift through it before I come back to do the video and get started. So that is my plan. 3 photos, stamping, Kiwi Lane templates, Cocoa Vanilla Studio goodies, and this should come together pretty easy. Bye. Oh, not bye. Just go into the other part where it's all sped up and I create the layout, right? Yeah. Okay, so when I went ahead and went through my Midnight collection, I discovered that I had never cut into any of my 12 by 12 papers. None of them! So, I've decided to go ahead and I grabbed 5 12 by 12 papers and we're going to cut into them. So I'm starting with my Kiwi Lane templates. I put a tiny bit of adhesive on the back of the template. I put it upside down onto my papers I've chosen, and I'm just going to go ahead and trace those out. Really easy, and if you flip the template over and you flip your paper over, you don't even have to worry about, if you mess up your lines, you don't have to worry about the pencil lines. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm taking all 5 of these papers plus my background. So I ended up starting using 6 12 by 12 sheets of paper on this layout, but that's okay because I had not cut into any of them. I hadn't even realized that. I had cut and used the 6 by 8 paper pads, but I had not even none. I had 2 of every pattern paper. And so I decided it was time to cut those up. They are 2 years old after all. Time to stop hoarding the Cocoa Vanilla Studio Midnight. There just comes a time when you must stop hoarding. Yeah, tell that to my Shimelle Starshine collection. Anyway, that's a conversation for another day. So now I've kind of trimmed off the edges of all those scallops, and I went off camera and I fussy cut all the scallops out. So this is just the scallops, all the different scallops from that Kiwi Lane template set. I'm now going to take a pencil and I'm going to mark how these scallops are going to hit on my page, and you'll see why in just a minute. making sure that I have my little guidelines. That's what those are. Those are guidelines. Because now we're going to stamp. So I've taken out my Ginormous Misty, and I have chosen 2 colors of Ulta New ink to stamp with. I am going to be using the Nimbus and Mocha inks for this particular stamping project. I'm going to alternate between the 2. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to clean my stamp off in between stamping, and I'm going to create a border. And I'm using those tick marks to help me to make sure that I get that border so that when I place the scallop on top, it's going to look as though these flowers are kind of coming out from those scalloped pieces. So that is my plan. And I'm going to go ahead and do both the Nimbus and the Mocha stamp, and I'm going to stamp the peonies all up and down, this large peony stamp all up and down my line there. And I stamp everything twice, which gives me a really bright, crisp, clean image, which is the whole reason I have a Ginormous Misty in the first place. And then I decide I want to do one more cluster of these peonies that I can then just fussy cut out. What I'm going to do, I'm going to make this one a little bit different. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp the, I'm going to use Morning Mist, which is from the same color family. I think it's called Tranquility. Oh, hold on a second. I got to get Fitz's ball. Sorry about that. I'm using the inside. So there's like these little watercolor layers that you can use to kind of give some of the inside of the flower some color. And I'm going to use those little, they just look like blobs, really. I'm going to use those. And then I'm going to stamp these 2 sentiments, and I'm going to fussy cut everything out. But, spoiler alert, I don't use any of those sentiments. I cut them out, I ink them up, and then they slid underneath my glass mat, and the layout was all done. And I was cleaning up, and I found them and went, oh, well. It was a nice idea, right? Totally a nice idea. So just bear with me. That's just how it worked. It's a midterm week for my youngest son, which means it's the end of like his first semester, and he has all kinds of exams and stuff going on, and he's homeschooled. So that means I have all kinds of exams and essays and stuff that I have to organize and keep track of with him. So. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and I'm starting with the big scallop, and then I'm going to add all the little scallops, decide where I want them. I'm going to ink all these scallops up, and I'm going to fussy cut my flowers, and then I'm going to come back and we can continue on with our layout. So, mild tangent here about Kiwi Lane templates. I love them. I love, 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 love them. I love them. I don't use them the way you're supposed to use them. Not ever. Maybe I did here a little bit, but I think they're really, really fun and cool. I love that you can use them there's so much. You can stencil with them. You guys have seen this. I have pushed them down into like mixed media layouts. Like they have so many uses. I wish I had more of them. I get them every time I go to my retreat house in Ohio because she is a consultant and I can like look at them and buy them right there. I'd like them all, but anyway, I just have a couple. Someday I'll get more. I love these scallops though. These are really, really nice. I got these when I was on retreat in March, and so fun story, if you're not going to use Kiwi Lane templates the way you're supposed to, quote unquote, every template set comes with 2 of each of the templates. The 12 by 12 ones do, like the border ones. So I keep them with a friend. Split them with a friend because you don't need to if you're not going to use them the way you're supposed to. Anyway, I decided I wanted a little bit of washi tape. So I had a lighter colored one, and I'm going to put that one here. And then I'm also going to go ahead and I'm going to grab this like coppery one. And because this is just to kind of give that edge a little bit of a more finished appearance. And I think it worked really well. So I know in the sketch, these layers aren't supposed to like go straight up and down. But yeah, they do on my layout. And I like it that way. So now I have my 3 photos. I've matted them all together on one sheet of that lovely dark blue paper. and I'm just adhering them to the middle because I know I'm going to be tucking stuff in. I want to put this floral piece on this side to mirror where I have the other florals on the other side. And I'm going to go ahead and use one of my Cambridge doilies that I keep hanging out on my desk for just such an occasion. I'm going to go ahead and split it in half, and I'm going to do a little bit of tucking. And then I'm going to keep to the sketch, and that my journaling is going to go in this cluster here, but I don't have a lot of journaling, so I have the opportunity to give this side of my layout a really embellished look. So I'm just going to go ahead and add that stamped piece down, and then I'm going to go through my die cuts, and I'm going to look for just something small that I can use to write just a bit of journaling on for my layout. And I choose this little tag. I added the date the photo was taken onto this like a little label, and then I added one of the phrase stickers. And then I did my little bit of journaling right there, a little bit of handwritten journaling on the tag. And I just put tape on just the middle of the tag because that'll allow me to tuck in some things. So this is the sticker sheet, and before you ask, yes, I have 2 of them. Tell me so much of this midnight collection. I don't know. I love it. I know that I bought it all, and I know that I love it. I don't know why I never, haven't pulled it out and used it. I did a couple layouts with it. I know that. I just didn't cut any of the 12 by 12 papers. Anyway, so funny. You're probably going to be seeing this collection now all the time because I realized during this layout that I have so much of it. Okay, so I have my title, I have my little label with the journaling, I've added some little floral stickers underneath, and I know that I'm going to use these words to create my title. My title is going to be Simple, Sweet, and Beautiful Family. I'm going to kind of fidget with this to kind of decide exactly how I want the title to be, and then I'm going to put a doily underneath and ink up the edges and pop all these words up, but that's going to be my title. So now I'm going to play with some of these die cuts. I wanted to put something floral, some of the floral die cuts on the right side to go with the ones I have on the left side. So I have the stamping on the right and the left. Now I want to do a little bit of floral die cuts on the right and the left. And I wasn't liking how it was looking, and I was trying to figure out how I was going to do it. So I'm going to flip through here. I have a question for you guys. Is any one of my subscribers an owner of dachshunds? I know my sister is, and I know she watches my videos quite often. But anybody else? My Doxy does this thing where he loves a ball. He adores a ball. And he takes the ball and he puts it under stuff. He puts it under stuff he knows that he can't get. He'll shove it under a desk or under a bed, and then he sits outside of where he just shoved it that he now can't get the ball and whine till you come and get it. Such a player. Anyway, I decided just to put a little cluster of flower and some leaves down at the very bottom underneath my title. I decided that was how I was going to incorporate some of those floral bits in the bottom because everything else I tried to do made it look really, really busy and everything wasn't popping the way I wanted it to. And so I just popped that flower up on Pop Dots. And now our layout is complete. Thank you so much for joining me today. Make sure to go over and check out Christy's take on the sketch and Christina's take on the sketch because both of their takes are completely different than mine, but they're beautiful. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I will see you all again Friday. Bye!